Z-Freak, Demon, Firo, Swindle. Yay!
Yeah, these towers need some Viagra.
Yeah, they do.
They're not growing, man.
They need a little bit more love in here, but look at that. When you get into the game, you actually get to see how cool those towers really are. All right, and it looks like we are gonna get underway. Let's do it. Already moving out early, King RD on his Ricky. Going to go for that sweet high ground ward, I imagine. This is a favorite of mine as well. Providing you with a little bit of deep intel so you can see who the hell is going to be in that off lane. If Complexity are going to be going aggro, where this Wisp is going to go. And as you can see, they already know Moo and Z-Freak are in the area. So you can expect possibly Complexity to be putting that extra bit of attention towards that bottom lane. SG will probably begin to prepare appropriately. Agree? Disagree?
I totally agree. I was just thinking about thinking about poor man's shield on Lycan, but didn't say anything. I mean, that hero just buys PMS and goes to a lane, has so much regen with Feral Impulse, and with Warlock heal, doesn't have to go heal unless he dies. That's how good hero is right now.
I mean, he will need the extra healing, though. You're going to have wills going all over the place. He'll probably have to get a wand pretty early, you know?
Well, it's a must-have. But when he gets his first 200 gold, he's just going to buy Magic Stick from the side shop. But I feel so bad for the guy who owns a side shop. Like, you don't have anything to sell anymore. In the next 2 or 3 patches, it's going to be like side shop. All right, we're not working. There's gonna be like boots of speed, and that's it.
If they didn't sell the magic wand in the side shop, I wonder how popular offlane Bristle and Batrider would be again. You know, like committed into the early laning phase, and then you can't even bail yourself out with going in on a magic stick to take advantage of all those sweet stacks. Luckily for SV, once they see the laning setup, which I'm sure they were already prepared for, they will make those item adjustments, and as you mentioned, they'll go to that jolly guy on the side and be able to pick up the items necessary. Top lane, they're going to be having the Ricky here to harass Demon quite a bit, keeping his attention away from the lane so Tavo can do his thing. And as you were saying during the drafting phase, it is going to be Jakiro and Crystal Maiden kind of hanging around up here.
Yeah, well, Jimmy had one center ward. I didn't see where he placed it, or it got devorded already. Well, Ricky still has one.
That's cool. They're just giving him the Iron Shell to quickly take out the pole camp.
He's almost level 2 right now.
Yeah, he gets the XP and Darkseer gets the gold. That's a pretty nice partnership they got going in that top lane. Ooh, bottom lane. HFN is already feeling a bit of the pain coming out from this tag team down here. They're going to have to just kind of respect it. Cat's doing his thing. He's going to be able to go for a double pull through here. Not too much contention. Oh, never mind. It is going to be Z-Freak who steps in, pulls back that big camp, and makes that pull a bit more difficult. In fact, turns it into a single pull, I believe, and could be a bit troublesome for SG to work from right now. But they're going pretty deep. They're happy to actually totally get in the face of this Warlock and disrupt all of the attempted creep equilibrium.
Yeah, Bristleback is already on the camp, diving behind the tower, just farming that creep wave, and he's gonna farm the neutrals as well.
What surge is this?
King RD very deep, is happy to go steal the bounty room, but Z-Freak is going to be able to do the same. You take ours, we'll take yours. King RD also going to be able to snag up the regen rune right in front of Moo. That's when Z-Freak jumps in with the tether, and I think that is when SG are going to have to turn and run. Coils can start flying out and start stacking on you faster than you anticipate.
Well, mid matchup going in favor of Lina, of course. 13 against 9 CS, and Ember Spirit already committed to a shrine. Doesn't have enough gold for bottle, 200 missing, so he'll just be really careful. Gonna run back to the tier 3 tower shrine and come back to the lane, I guess.
They also had to use that bottom shrine too. Demon currently getting stabbed up a bit. They have a early stack actually in that ancient camp for now, and King RD is going to be able to take away the bigger creep from that camp too. So he's already becoming quite the headache here for Complexity and for Demon in particular. Demon now forced to hide out behind this tower. He's drawing out exactly where King RD could be coming. And
he's gonna get him.
He's going in deep. He smells blood. Demon actually managed to eat his way through the tree and will be able to find his way out from trouble.
But King RD is back.
Oh, he's gonna dive in for it. He needs it. He gets it. Oh man, unmerciful. Demon was stalked that whole time.
Oh, what a play. I mean, I thought Demon was ahead because of those trees that he ate, but Ricky had the tangos as well and ate 2 trees to get in front of him, actually.
Very unfortunate for Demon to be able to make it away, but great for King RD. His Ricky just seriously all over the place, putting in the mileage in this early game, and now going to be heading towards the bottom lane, giving SG the numbers advantage if they wanted to make an attempt at kind of swarming in a hold of Z-Freak, who recognizes it's 4 minutes and wanted to be able to make the dash out. He's going to have to link together with Moo, but I don't know if they're going to be able to bail him. They need a bit more. The deal is ticking. Is it going to be enough with the Fatal Bond? It should be good. They'll get the finish there, and it's going to be SG leading out the start 2-0.
That Ricky has so much damage when hitting from behind, and especially when Howl is used, that's an extra 15 damage on level 2.
We saw the life just shred away from that Wisp. It's pretty ridiculous here, but they're looking to fight back and get themselves on the board. Demon and Z-Freak are both smoked up towards this mid lane, where they're going to be handing off to Firo a salve for now, but they have other ideas. They will take to the river and getting to migrate all the way over. They're hoping to get a hit onto ADR here. Let's see if they're going to be able to get it. King RD is nearby on the Ricky, but the move has been made, and the Frostbite has been set up nicely from Demon. The LSA comes out, but it's not going to find the best connection, and it's going to be a quick hit-and-run job coming out from Complexity. King RD, though, currently stalking Demon, who's looking to go deep and probably plant a ward. This one will get quickly denied, though. I mean, King RD is just like, 100 gold if you want to plant that thing down. 100 gold for me.
Oh, Jimmy just running
away. Where's it going? It's just going to follow him the whole way. And eventually, Lena comes over and, actually manages to sidestep the LSA, but the chase will be there, and she'll be able to get the finish with the Dragon Slave.
Well, at least he didn't place a ward. Maybe he noticed that Ricky was on his back, because Ricky has boots and he doesn't, so you can actually sometimes feel that hero is there if he moves a little bit in front of you. It seems like you catch
that stutter step. You get that stutter step and you're like, that was some paranoble activity right there. Something's going on. And yeah, maybe he just got those that little bit of inkling. Demon, though, is just not happy about King RD whatsoever. They were exchanging a little bit in the lobby. Maybe that led to this, but whatever it may be, King RD is happy to kind of keep that Demon in check. Shoves him all the way back towards needing some heals, and we'll continue to stalk about. They actually put a scan down in that area. He is not there at the moment, but we'll continue to wait for him just outside the gate.
Yeah, well, we didn't talk about top lane. Darkseer getting 30 CS against that Jakiro. Jakiro not that popular pick. He has enough damage with Dual Breath and Liquid Fire just to kill that creep that Iron Shell is casted on. It dies so quickly, and now the push begins. Level 4 Liquid Fire.
Yeah, that thing will continue to come out every few moments and just allow them to be able to push on forward with getting those objectives down. It's quite deceptive on how much slow it does apply.
What I feel about Jakiro is, if your team is ahead and there's no Treant Protector in other team, this hero is the best hero for pushing, actually. You can just do this all day.
Monster stackage happening here in typical Complexity Bristleback fashion. King RD and Cat, both kind of privy to it a bit, are soaking up the nearby XP and slowly converging over. Now they're going to look to make their strike. The Fatal Binds has been hit, and now they're going to be dishing out the dust, though, on their retreat. Z-Freak getting a lot of that damage. And now the Shapeshift comes out, and HFN goes on the prowl, looking to hunt down any Stranglers. He turns for the Courier instead, and we'll get that finish. The Fatal Bond will pop Z-Freak, and he thinks about running inside to go for Moo, but Moo is going to hit the showers and be fine. Over on the other side, Tavo still trading it out with Swindle Melons, but that hard commitment down the mid lane from SG will give him a little profit.
Yeah, Ricky could just sit there and get some XP from the other side if he came from the shrine, but he was on top and got hit by the balls from Wisp, and they knew he was there. There's not enough damage. I mean, at this point of the game, you can't really just initiate on Bristleback. Meanwhile, top lane,
Yeah, they're making a jump for Swindle Melons here. King RD running it at him. And they have the Ion Shell, and it just easily rips them down. They'll drop the wall for it, too. And it will get SG pulled ahead now 5-2. And it will allow Tavo to get his first kill of the game.
Yeah, there was a huge stack there. It was like 3 stacks here and 2 on the other side. 2 sentries committed. They just wanted to clear that without being contested or just stealing the XP from the Riki. Top lane, region being pinged out. Riki's gonna pick it up. Lina doesn't need it.
Lina, Laguna ready. Making her way down the bottom lane. That seems like a cool place to start to get some action happening here. HFN still needs 30 seconds before that shapeshift is going to be ready, and maybe Complexity know that. So they're looking to take a fight. A deep dive in from Moo. Looking to go on ADR. He's eating a lot of damage as the quills begin to stack up. He turns back a bit, and now the move's been weighed. And it's going to be a quick Laguna blast onto Zach as he gets blasted down. The IO is going to be removed from this one. Demon over on the other side, though, gets caught with the stun and nuked apart. Double kill comes out for ADR. The Lina begins to grow.
Yeah, they're being too aggressive. Complexity, judging by the levels on their heroes. I mean, it's Wisp who's level 4, Crystal Maiden who's level 4. They need just a little bit more time if they want to do it. I mean, they have Jakiro who's level 8, maxed Liquid Fire and Dual Breath. But
HFN, can he make it away from trouble? Yes, had to go into the shapeshift to run his ass out of there, but he will be safe. Makes it to the rest of the team, makes it to the shrine, and if they want, could rotate themselves back towards this bottom lane to possibly take a fight. This is going to take a little bit of time here from Complexity if they're hoping to move in for a tier 1. King RD is already peppering him up a bit, maybe trying to bait him in and staying around. Complexity reinforcements are en route. They're about to have all 5 at attendance. The only one missing from this is going to be HFN, given that he already had to commit his shapeshift. This one's more going to be on ADR and his Laguna to hit the hard damage.
They have good burst, but Warlock is level 4. He bought Tome of Knowledge, but he's not going to get level 6 from that.
Would be great to have level 6 now, but the timing is just not there. And now Complexity thinking about making a move in. One Remnant forward. The second one will help him get close to Cat. Not chaining down that. There's going to be the chains connection, and he should be able to slowly burn him out. But no, King RD steps in, gets the smoke screen. Firo's going to be caught all alone here. The rest of his team back and behind just leads to an easy Ember takedown. But they got that tier 1, I guess is what they're really in that lane investment for.
Once again, Complexity diving too much. SG saw that they can't contest on the bottom tower because there was no Warlock ulti, so they just moved instantly to mid, dealt some tower, and actually got a kill on Ember Spirit.
And it will be a Bloodstone build-up for your Lina, no surprise about that. And she is one to go for the Light Strike array damage in your first point, being able to kind of farm that much faster using just the 2 nukes to blast through the wave and get all that sweet money.
Yeah, well, if you decide to go for cast range, then items like Yule Scepter are really good for initiation. And but as you mentioned, the Dragon Slave and Light Strike Array, you don't need to hit creeps 1 time extra. You just use it, and the whole creep wave is dead.
Swindle begins moving forward to start softening up the tower a bit with that level 4 Liquid Fire. I only noticed now that he didn't get any points at all into Ice Path. Do you think that that's okay, just putting the heavy investment into the Q and the E? Or would you like to see at least 1 value point in the Ice Path?
Well, he could get 1 point just to stop a stun, because they don't have anything besides Crystal Maiden and Ember Spirit, and it's really long range, but that spell is really kind of a late game spell. He doesn't need it early. He wanted to have as much damage as possible early game, especially for the laning phase, so it's really correct build.
Yeah, I guess it makes sense when it's not going to be finding a whole lot of use at this point in the game. Yeah. Regardless, it's better to just get the most out of the 2 spells. You know you're going to be blasting a lot of. Demon here, potential to kind of swing it from behind to go on to HFN. The relocate is also going to be coming. He goes for the shapeshift, but they connect with the frostbite. Can they burst him down before he's able to run out from trouble? Tricks of the Trade's going to be committed. He tries to run, but he goes right through the path of fire and will get torched up. A follow-up takedown will also be there as they get a hold of a King RD. 2 frostbite plays right there for Demon. and a good setup overall for Complexity.
Yeah, nice movement for Demon. He went through the jungle, behind him, bite, instant relocate, and really good macro fire, so Lycan couldn't really pass without dying there.
Warlock still not level 6, just about to get it, and we'll finally have the rock. It's just struggle right now. I hate when you're a support at this point and you just really want to have that level 6 for this next fight.
What is Jakiro building? He has a buckler, and that's it. Where's his mech?
Uh-oh. Demon's been spotted. He's able to pick up the bounty room, but will he make it out with his life? Certainly not. Vacuum
and there's that
and
level 6 for Warlock.
Hell yeah. Rock is good to go. And they're pinging out towards the top lane here to possibly defend is Complexity. SG are already en route that direction. Now with that extra bit of ammunition to take a team fight in that chaotic offering, SG will welcome Complexity with open arms, I'd imagine.
Yeah, well, they have mech on Darkseer, Rock ready, Lina ulti ready. They just want to take some towers right now. They feel a lot stronger. Yeah.
It's a good time to fight, but it's actually Complexity who are going to be possibly coming into a good opportunity as they've swarmed in onto 2. HFN and King RD once again could be caught out. The Rock will be committed, but it may be too late for this fight. Tamo also going to get quickly assaulted and taken apart. This turns into another 2-man drop. An unfortunate misfire with the Rock as it comes just a bit too late. Complexity find a good time to strike and go in.
Yeah, again with a good movement from Complexity there. They're just going around the tower. This is the second time on top and mid lane, and on the bottom lane they were doing the same action.
Frantic SG to kind of recover and possibly prepare for what could have been a heavier-handed push, but at this point, maybe Complexity could consider some different options, pushing out the side lanes a bit. And then, you know, they have a decent Roche lineup. It is something they could consider in the near future, but I think getting Mu a bit more tankier would be very ideal. Looks like he already has that Solar Crest nearly complete, just needs to get a little bit more farm time here in the top lane.
Yeah, that Solar Crest is gonna mean a lot against Lycan. Lycan decides to go for Echo Saber build. I think it's good when you're playing, have super free farm. Right now, maybe he needed to commit for a BKB actually. They have so much magic damage. But if they win one team fight, that BKB is gonna come really close, and Echo Saber excels his farm, so.
Yeah, whenever he's able to get a hold of those supports, the Echo Saber will just allow him to chunk them down that much faster, but it's as if he gets those opportunities to even do so and bring in that kind of money. I'm seeing some already wonderful wards come out though from Complexity there in the mid lane, but it's bottom lane where they're going to get the jump and quickly take down ADR, who is kind of up in arms a bit with the Ember. It just takes a swift relocate, and they take advantage of numbers here. King RD is nearby stalking things a bit, but he is a man alone here.
They really need to be careful around about that relocate place, especially with Ember Spirit. Just using Fire Remnant in Searing Chains, it's a really good setup. So they need to stick together or have to be smoked behind like one hero who wants to be cocky, just try to bait it.
At the moment, Complexity feeling pretty good about their positioning and not worrying too much about kind of pushing the advantage of this game. That one seems to be more pressure on SG at the moment, as they're being under the watchful eye of Complexity, who I was kind of talking about a bit there. Lots of nice deep wards here. Maybe credit to Demon on that one, but they are able to kind of just see when SG are kind of at attendance in the lane, waiting behind any potential course farming, or when they know they can get some easy pickoffs with the benefit of that relocate. Which, 20 more seconds, they'll have another one available to go in case they want to kind of rinse and repeat.
So Ricky just saw Jakiro smoking, so they know it's either Roche or they're trying to make a move somewhere. So
they're around the Roche right now. It's actually SG who will also smoke themselves, and they're going to be rounding the corner here and possibly heading up through the Roche River. but it will be Complexity taking to the high ground and in a better position if SG were to approach, so this becomes a bit awkward. Curious to see, SG might just abandon the smoke idea and put all pressure onto the mid tier 1 push. Looks like that will be the case. The glyph does come out, but Complexity will show themselves in the top lane.
Dire's middle tower has fallen.
And it looks like both teams will just kind of avoid each other a little bit for now. SG seeing if they can kind of draw Complexity back. I don't know how much of a base race these two teams want to kind of go through. One has Lycan, one has Shakira. They both definitely have their pushing flavors, but it looks like SG are not going to test things too much longer and will evacuate. Ooh, tried to go for the chains play there, but did not quite get it.
Well, SG should be careful about trading the towers and split pushing because of Jakiro, and they have global presence with Ember Spirit Boots of Travel plus Relocate, and they don't have any catch. They have Lina Stun and Vacuum just for stopping the TPs. So they're not really mobile heroes until they get Shadow Blade or Blink. So their lineup is more like team fight oriented, especially when the Lycan gets his BKB. So I guess that's the timing they want to hit and try to get a fight near the Roche pit.
Yeah, we have not had confirmation if that is what he's building up for. He has a lot of money. Oh, other side, King RD might have walked himself up into a bit of trouble. Finds himself into a lot of wealth of Spirit Balls and Macro Pyre. Goes into Trickster Trade, tries to bail on out, but he gets hit with the chains, and now the rock comes down, but it's too late to save him. There's a nice ice path connecting onto 2 from Swindle with a dual breath. Makes it nice. The Laguna will be there to get the finish onto Z-Freak, but coL have already hit him very hard, working around the wall as best as possible. And new Fatal Bonds will be connected here, but Moo clubs it home onto ADR and will be able to get the finish. HFN should be next, and he is gone. Triple kill comes out for Moo. It is a Complexity 5-man takedown of SG Esports, and they look to follow it up with probably a Roche.
coL, their heroes Bristleback and Jakiro are not getting any focus in team fights. Lycan wasted like 10 seconds trying to catch Wisp, who turned it back to Bristleback and just wasted his half of the shapeshift time. So, but look at the build on Jakiro. Like, he's going all in tanky build. He just finished the full mech and has full pipe.
He's a tonk. I mean, I don't know if you look at Jakiro in a fight and are typically like, oh yeah, that's a weaker support, I'll just kind of put all I got into, but he's able to kind of survive these long-winded fights, which, oh no, HFN! He just TP'd right into the middle of a whole lot of trouble, and he goes down! 25 seconds, no buyback. Unfortunate misplays. Things are crumbling apart quite a bit here for SG. The Brazilians trying to make it back inside. And look at this, ADR tries to head south, and he's not going to make it out. Things go from bad to worse. Complexity just unloading a full can of whoop-ass here onto SG as one by one they will begin to go down. Cat hitting the waters here, trying to stay alive, but it will only get drowned. Mega kill for Firo, and this just got real ugly real fast.
Yeah, this is the same thing with TA. The way I feel about Bristleback is the same way about the TA. You get a good team fight, you go to Roche, you get Aegis on him, and then you just continue to dominate. It's just too much of a snowball from these two heroes.
Obviously, with Aegis still hand, there's no reason for them to back off whatsoever. A couple of SG members are dead, but the second that a few of them are starting to come back, and I guess recognizing that they do have Rock coming up soon, Vacuum Wall good to go. Complexity don't want to risk handing anything over after taking away so much already.
Yeah, the Complexity will just play it safe, try to get a few pickoffs with Relocate. So there's what, 2 tier 2 towers left, and they can push it really slowly, and I don't think SG can even fight there before they get a... Lycan actually went for Deso first item, so he wants to kill people in 2 or 3 hits.
Looks like minor stalking here onto Firo, but nothing out of it, it looks like, at the time. He'll be able to head on back, and Complexity can kind of go down one of these other lanes and kind of pick up all the free money that's available to him. A tier 2 at the top lane, a tier 2 at the bottom lane. This will only accelerate things that much further. A 4K net worth advantage is what they're currently sporting after those 2 big team fights.
Radiant's top tower is under
Yeah,
attack.
Bristleback has 1k gold to get his Radiance up. Now it's 300 after getting that tower. Radiance plus Solar Crest against Lycan. I mean, you can't hit, that's the thing. And he clears those illusions really fast from Darkseer Wall, and they also can't hit. That's
all right,
really good
we have
pickup.
a high ground push coming up from Complexity, and not all of SG are even at attendance for this one. HFN is actually just TPing in behind and near the shrine. Complexity are heading that direction. If he's not careful, he has no TP and could be caught far from his friends. King RD with the Ion Shell is stalking him slowly, but now they've spotted him. You do not want to be forced to use a shape defensively this early in a pretty critical fight. Oh, Convenience says he does grab up an Invis rune, and it looks like he'll be able to use that to step off of it. All right, steady as she goes here. Complexity going to be popping a smoke, and if they wanted to get anything done with the last moments of this Aegis, now is certainly the time. So what do? They begin to head back towards the direction of top. Tavo's here, and least suspecting of a possible gank. If he goes down, you're not going to be having a vacuum wall for your hideout and defense. Not unless you want to force a buyback, but he doesn't even have it. 45 seconds. He will not be there.
This is big, especially against Bristleback and Jakiro. They push so hard, so fast. Look at Bristleback, 300 damage.
Thugging away on that tier 3. Oh, poor little Lina just happened to walk in trying to defend. Now going to be forced to pop out the shrine. Turns back with the Dragon Slave, but can't seem to make it out. There goes the Macro Pyre, and she's suddenly gone. 40 seconds. We'll probably have to chew through a buyback now to just keep the team's head afloat. Tier 3 is going to be going down. They're looking to go for the racks too. Fatal Bonds has already been connected, but where is our Mighty Rock? We're going to need to dish out something soon before you take too much catastrophic damage, and now they're going to be losing their prized wolf on the back line, and before they can even drop the rock, they're going to throw in the towel. This game 1 is over, and it belongs to Complexity.
Complexity again with the safe play. I mean, some teams, even from tier 1 teams, could actually learn from Complexity, how they take it slow and take objectives, and they don't want to risk anything. They just take it slow, get Aegis, take tier 2 towers, and then can go for a slow siege. Game 1, I would say